A moving vehicle and its occupants, or a moving bicycle and its rider, possess some kinetic energy. When a moving vehicle is brought to a stop, the kinetic energy is reduced to zero. What has happened to the original kinetic energy? In a vehicle, it is the brakes which absorb the energy by friction, convert it into heat, which is then dissipated to the surrounding. Brake, therefore, can be defined as a device that is used for controlling the flow of motion in machines. That is, they slow down or bring to rest a moving body. For brakes to be effective, they must be able to absorb the kinetic energy of the moving body. That energy is continually absorbed as the vehicle slows down until it finally comes to a stop. In addition, the brakes must bring the vehicle to a stop in a smooth manner and also in a straight line. There must be no skidding. Types of brakes. There are basically two types of friction brakes. These are the drum brake and the disc brake. Now let us look at the mode of operation of the brakes. How does it function? The drum brake consists of two brake pads or linings which can be forced outwards against the inner surface of a rotating drum that is fixed to the wheel. The shoes are mounted on a back plate which is rigidly attached to a non-rotating part of the axle. The disc brake consists basically of a caliper that houses the friction pads which are loaded inwards against each side of a rotating disc fixed to the wheel. When the brakes are pressed against the rotating drum or disc, the resulting friction between the pad and the drum or disc slows down the rotating wheels until they eventually come to a stop. For a motor vehicle, the pushing of the brake lining or pad against the drum or disc is achieved typically by the braking systems. There are two types of braking system in a motor vehicle. We have the primary hydraulic braking system, and two, we have the secondary independent braking system. In the primary hydraulic braking system, it consists of a fluid tank or reservoir, a master cylinder, a system of rigid and flexible connecting pipes, a servo unit, and wheel cylinder assemblies. The wheel cylinder operates the shoe and linings or the disc pad. When the driver presses on the brake pedal, the force applied to the pedal is magnified by a simple linkage mechanism. The force is then transmitted by the hydraulic system through pipelines and flexible hosing to each brake. It functions properly provided there is no air in the connecting pipes and the flexible hosing. This is because when the air is compressed, it does not transmit the pressure as in the case of brake fluid. Such air must be expelled. The process of removing air from the braking system, from the hydraulic braking system, is called bleeding. In the case of the primary hydraulic braking system, The bleeding is usually done to remove the air and allow the brake to act perfectly. Now let us move on to the secondary independent braking system. In case the primary hydraulic braking system fails, a secondary independent system is usually provided for the driver to fall back on. The secondary system is usually referred to as the handbrake or the parking brake. Generally, it uses the same pad and linings as the primary system, but the pads and the linings are pushed by a mechanical linkage operated by hand. It works effectively so long as there is still no air in the system. The type of brake that is usually located in the front wheels of the vehicle is the disc brake. And the drum brakes are usually located or fixed at the back or the rear wheels of the vehicle. That is why the disc brakes are easily changed, because the force of reducing the pressure of reducing the motion of the vehicle is normally experienced at the front wheels, because each time the driver engages the brake pedal, the front wheels are first held tightly to stop the motion, and that's why it is often changed. The brake disc is usually attached to the axle of the vehicle. And with this, we have come to the conclusion of the module on control of motion, where we have made you understand that brakes are devices that are used to control the flow of motion in a vehicle. I'll see you again in the next module, and until then, have a nice day. Thank you.